I love dubstep! Do you guys listen to dubstep? That was the question I was asked all the time in 2010. This is when things first started to take a turn for what many would say the worst. But I want to share with you a time capsule. Let's go back a little bit. 2010, we were listening to, right? We were listening to some of this stuff. It was music about like partying and having a good time. You know, enjoying ourselves. Times were good. Bruno Mars was singing about being sad with girls, and you know, like, we can all relate to that. You know, I would go through all this. Imagine my surprise when my friends came to me and they said, "Have you heard of Skrillex?" And I said, "That's weird. That's a weird name. Who would name themselves Skrillex? That's strange." And they said, "Dude, this is some good music." And I was like, "Huh?" I remember the first time I hear it, my boy Chris Carter. Chris Carter, if you're still here, I mean, it's not like he's dead, but like, Chris Carter, hit me up, man. How you been? I don't like, what is happening here? You know, this is not the same kind of thing you hear on the radio. This is way different. I remember being very put off by this little segment in particular because not only is the melody a very weird, ethereal minor key, but the voice chops, the vocal slicing. It's like, just crazy. Then the part that everyone knows, the whole meme, here it comes. And you know, I didn't get it. Nobody really got it. We're just like, what are we doing here, man? Like, I was in that party. I was in the, this is noise. Why are we listening to this? You know, if you've seen the music video, it's like even more fucked up. I don't like this. But then things changed a little bit. Let me take y'all back in time. In 2011, there's an independent music label called Monstercat. And yes, the screen is white because I'm looking at the wiki page right now. Monstercat is probably the reason why EDM, heavy EDM, so dubstep and house and dance music was widely adopted by a lot of people, and why a lot of people know about it is because of Monstercat. They were a no bullshit publishing label. The music industry sucks. They're very cutthroat and they're very corrupt, and they have Cocaine Wednesdays every week, and it's like, so signing to a label is not always a great thing unless you really trust them, and not many people have an in. Monstercat said, screw that, we're going to publish weird alternative indie music and have massive reach. We're going to get you on iTunes, we're going to get you on CDs. I know, this is back in this day. Like, we're going to get you here, just give us good music. Monstercat believed in the independent electronic artist producers. So they gave us people like Pegboard Nerds and Vicetone and Seven Lions. And since then, Monstercat features have been put in Fortnite, Rocket League, Beat Saber. Don't look at the wiki. This is all new. This is all, I'm not paraphrasing from the wiki. It's because of Monstercat that you probably know this song by Marshmello. You know this. You know this. Let me speed up a little bit. You know this. This is everywhere. It's probably middle school for a lot of you, which is weird for me to say. I had just started college. Like, okay, cool. So this is Monstercat, right? So I was listening in my car. I found a playlist on Spotify called Old Monstercat. That was the name of this playlist. That's what we're going to be clicking around in today. And I was thrown back to all of these tunes I used to listen to, and I was like, dang, man, some of these are so good. And then I had the realization from the title of this video, I still like dubstep. Darn it. This is not something I don't think I will ever age out of. I think there's something so unique and interesting and frankly very personal about this genre. If you don't like it, or you haven't been around it, or you want someone to explain it to you, or you just think it's cringe, which is fine. You heard that Skrillex song. Come with me for the next few minutes. I suggest earbuds or headphones or PC speakers, but you know, if you don't, fine. If this is just something you're listening to on your phone, it's whatever. Let's take you through a little journey. I'm going to take you from older tunes through more modern tunes. To my best guess, I am not a Monstercat historian. I just know when I caught on to them and the little bit of Googling I've done. Oh, clicking through this playlist makes me so happy. Skrillex threw a boulder into the the ocean of made music, and then all these other independent artists were like, whoa, wait, there might be something here. So enter the Brit himself, Tut Tut Child. Now, headphone warnings, this starts quiet, and then it gets really big. We have a cool melody here. And I'm kind of like, ew, that's a terrible sound. But listen to what he does with it. Oh, right? Like, now we're kind of getting somewhere. It's more musical than what Skrillex was doing. Okay, so now we have something that you're never going to unhear. This is called the rise, the riser. It builds, and we get to the bass drop. Okay, so like that's a lot, right? You might not think like it's Astro, that's shit. Like, okay. What's awesome is that we started getting creative. Like the producers did a lot more than just wub wubs. You know, these are wubs. Then they started to bring in vocals. We heard the rap vocals from Bangarang earlier, so here we go. It's honestly not too dissimilar from a lot of the hip-hop tracks we hear today. It's got this really thick bass drum. And that builds. It's got this hi-hat in there. Oh, some singing's coming in. Here's the rise. Do you hear the drums? Here it comes. What you gonna do, Hellberg? What we got? Oh, it's a long rise. This is a hype train now. How long are you gonna keep me on this ride, Hellberg? How long is your riser? That's what it's like to listen to this music. It's still going. It's still... Boy, this hype better be good. It better be leading to something. Well, let's see what they're giving us. Now this is musical. It's a heavy synth. It's grinding. It's like a saw blade just tearing. But it works and it's catchy and everything just resolves so well. They started getting really creative with the musicality. So I joined choir in the middle school, and I was in choir all the way up through 12th grade, and then now, at the age of 27, I sing in a local choir. Again, I really, really like singing. And this artist, I remember, so this is Vice Tone, who made the song, and then it's Colin McLaughlin, who's singing on here. I love his voice. I remember I really wanted to have his voice, and so I practiced singing to try and be like him, and you know, that was before I knew we all have our own voices, and that's okay. So check this out. This is heavy EDM, but it starts off kind of like a, you know, regular song.
The sunlight begins to fade now.
Oh, kill me.
And I feel like I'm losing time, but I don't know how I'm here.
It's pretty, right? And the poetry of the song is actually really nice.
Sunlight is turned to gray, and I feel like I'm losing love again. I don't know how I'm here. I could feel your heart.
But you hear the piano going.
I could feel it somewhere you're looking down.
And we got drums.
I could feel your heartbeat. I could.
Here comes the rise, right? What are you gonna give us? What are you gonna give us?
And it's you that I want and need.
That was gross. I'm gonna need a shower after that. I absolutely love Laura Brem. So this is Rogue. Rogue's my boy. I love this man. He might be one of my favorite electronic artists. He's had his fair share of dubstep, but he does all kind of different stuff. I think he's British. The Brits are so good at this. They kind of invented this genre. It's been a back and forth between the Brits and the Americans for a decade. But this is Laura Brem. Her voice is just stunning. She's beautiful. Laura, if you're getting this, hit me up if you want to duet or get married. Like, it's fine. I would, yeah. I have this nice grinding synth under the bottom, and then her on the top. And we got these drums. Here it comes. Ready? This is the build. This is the rise. The bass drop is coming. And you ask yourself, Rogue, what are you going to do to us? God! Do you feel it? Do you... Oh, and her voice is on top now. What I'm getting at here is that listening to dubstep is not... It's not like listening to regular music, at least at first. And this is going to sound... I know. Hold on. This is going to sound super conceited of me. But there is... You have to kind of get used to it. It's an acquired taste. It took me a while before I latched on to dubstep tunes that I liked, and then that was kind of a thing. You know, early on it was Skrillex, it was kind of like, but then it was Monstercat, and then they were kind of, you know, fine hand picking. They were tuning their stuff, and it made it a nice kind of gateway drug into the rest of it. When you listen to dubstep, you are prepared to be challenged. It's weird. It's weird, man. It's collections of noises that don't belong together, but somehow these artists connect them musically into something that makes sense. It's a challenge, and you are ready to hear something different. If I want to chill, I'll put on lo-fi, or bluegrass, or pop, or classic rock, and that's great. In fact, that's most of the time. But when you sit down and listen to dubstep or trying to get an appreciation for dubstep, you're ready to be challenged. And that is the fun. That is what's awesome about it. The listening experience is a conversation with the artist and yourself. You get what they're going for. You pick up the melody. They introduce you. They take you on a date. And then they give you the build, right? You hear it. You hear it every time. You're not going to unhear it now. They give you the build. They start the teasing. They're working on you. And then you just have to let it happen. That you have no choice in the matter. You let that bass drop happen. You are here for whatever the artist has to do to you. And you roll in it. And you're tossed around by the ocean waves of this weird sounds. And you come out on the other side with a grin on your face like you just... And it is the best, dude. I'm not even high right. Let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to something just disgusting. Ugh. This is Pegboard Nerds. Pegboard Nerds? Audience. Pegboard Nerds. If this is the first time you've heard a Pegboard Nerds song, well, I am proud to be the introducer. It's already so hype. I love the clapping. It's super cool. So, build. Where's it going? Lean back, close your eyes, see where it takes us. Wow. I just lay back into it. I close my eyes. It's nuts, dude. And you think it's over, right? This is cool. Oh, I love that fake out. It's so good. That's so good. And this heavy EDM stuff, this history of Monstercat, it doesn't have to be all just wubs and screams and all that stuff. It can be kind of fun and cute. This is Orbit by World, I guess, WRLD. How do I first heard this, I think, around my prom season. Yeah, you know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like driving up 3 states north to go visit my long-distance girlfriend to go to her prom in high school. And this was the kind of music that was playing on the way there. Oh, this is like late teenage years. It's so fun. And we got some cute little vocals on top, right? Oh, this is so nostalgic. But it's cute. All right, this one's on YouTube. We were talking about my boy Rogue a minute ago. You guys remember Black Widow, Iggy Azalea? So Rogue did a remix. I want to share this one with you too. So this is Rogue. This is Rogue's cover of Black Widow. It's like, it didn't really get published. Like, I can only find it on these weird, like, third-party accounts on YouTube. To get our melody established. You know, this is when we're getting taken out. This is the introduction. Now we're getting the build. Are you ready? This is disgusting. I wish I could just sit and listen to these with you for like hours, because I totally would, and I totally could. It comes in all forms. This is all forms of heavy EDM. Dubstep is just a subgenre in here, and I think because of the kind of history and reputation that dubstep have, because, you know, we got Purple Lamborghini by Skrillex for that superhero movie, and it was real bad. Yeah, here it is.
Biggest boss, and I've been a trillion.
Like, this is kind of ass, I'll be honest. It's got the ingredients, but it's just too gaudy. I don't like all of it, you know. I have taste. So here's the thing, man. Here's why dubstep means so much to me. I grew up in a like tiny town. It was a tiny country town in the American South, and everyone kind of looked like me, talked like me, believed like me. But in high school, I found the friend group of the kind of alt kids, you know, the Hot Topic kids, scene kids, emo kids. That was they were my people, and I don't know why they adopted me, but they were. It was Chris Carter who pulled me aside and said, "Hey man, listen to Scary Monsters and Ice Sprites," and it opened my world to a whole new genre of music. It was something that I have never heard before. It was country music, it was classic rock, it was oldies, and now here's something weird and challenging and new. And it was something I could give a personality to. It was something I could make mine. And in a town where everyone is just kind of stuck in the same place, and most people were just going to be stuck continuing forward, this gave me an identity. It taught me about the broader world. It had such an impact. How could you not bop your head to this? Come on, dude. Beautiful little piano section in here. How nice. How beautiful. Oh, God. Almost makes me want to tear up. This is so memorable.
As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, I saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold my breath and watch me drown, but all they did is push me higher. We don't care what they say, we will be here all day. We'll stay here till it's over. Till the world's out of sight, we will stand, we will fight. It's not over till it's over. Through the nights and rain, through the time and the pain, we'll stand, we'll never fall. And then at the end of it all, we will win, we will chant. It's not over till it's over.
God, man. Now check this out. This, I guarantee you, you are not going to guess where this goes. So this is Laura Brehm again. This is our girl. It's our beautiful, beautiful voice. She was all over Monstercat. She guessed with a lot of different artists. This song, Valkyrie, is just... And Varian does weird things. Varian does really experimental things. Let me see if I can find another one of his. Through the twilight. Are you ready? for this riser. Oh, right? Now once more it's gonna change. Are you ready? Let it happen. Like, that's so good. It's so musical. Like, you could take and play that. You could take this and just play it as a normal song. You know what? Screw it. You don't get this kind of challenge, this feeling from other kinds of genres. You just don't get it. It can be so genuinely beautiful. We talk about the world we see inside of our heads when we listen to music. We can kind of imagine things. A lot of us do. You see colors and lights, and the sounds correspond. You can kind of movie clip certain ideas in your head. You can get in this zone. This song... What? This builds for like 45 seconds. It's a long one. But the hype train, man, she's coming. She's coming. Choo choo. Ride the train. And again, where are you going to take us with this? Vice Tone, what you got? The song changes parts of the way through. This is the same song. Like, what? It becomes this weird, like, orchestra thing. But you want to talk about beautiful. You know, I had someone tell me that EDM producers aren't real musicians. And now, you might be wondering, where is this going? I'll show you. Speed up a little bit. Do you hear it? Do you hear the melody from the electric part? It's coming. You can hear the hype train building. It's in the background. It's coming up. Some point along the way, these artists just release absolute tearjerkers. This is dubstep that is different. And I don't want to talk on this one too much. I just kind of want you to... Check this out. This is cool. Chills. Did you hear that in your left ear? Who did this? Who let him do that? How beautiful. Gosh, and it can be so many things. It can be weird and crunchy and grimy like this one. It can be really fun and goofy like this one. I remember listening to this one on an airplane, a long airplane trip. It's just goofy. It can be very... I don't even know how to describe this one. It's kind of video gamey. This is Rogue again. It can be just so much. It can be plucky and playful, but still have the bass drop. Dubstep doesn't have to be all the wubs and growls and sirens, although it commonly is. It can just be this. That's easy to listen to, right? It's cute and fun. Like, this is part... I get amped up to this. So good. So we were talking about rap vocals earlier, right? This one's cool. Hold on.
Right, pegboard nerds on a beat and give me one mic, one Asian, one Latin, and one white girl with a couple of bottles. Yeah, that's a fun night. Ha, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming with me on this little journey. I've been hearing more and more like whispers on the internet of people kind of digging on dubstep, and this is by no way a mean to, you know, validate myself or whatever, but it made me get back into it and try to reclaim why I feel the way I do about it. And hopefully, maybe some of y'all enjoyed this too. If you're curious, this is just called Old Monstercat on Spotify. You can put this stuff on shuffle and get the full range of everything we talked about today. Oh. This one's kind of a classic. So by the way, this one's not monetized, as you can clearly guess. So thanks for stopping by. Just hit the buttons for me instead of giving me like your 10th of a cent of ad revenue. Thanks. Have a great one.